Alright, Javier Lomelin again. In this video, we're going through the AMZ Part 3 verification flow. This flow, it checks for a few things. It checks if the rebate process starts as soon as the order has shipped or been delivered. And it also checks if the rebates are delayed or instant. As in, if you have set up rebates to be processed in 7 days, it checks for that. And if you want rebates to be processed immediately, it checks for that as well. Now, the very first thing you need to do here is to actually set up these bot fields here. So here we have two columns. We have the left column if the rebate process starts as soon as the order ships or has been delivered. And here on the right column, we have if rebates are either instant or delayed. All right, so here, let's pretend you want to do rebates as soon as your order has been delivered. So what you'll go ahead and do is redirect it to this action right here where it says rebate once delivered. And let's say you want to do rebates immediately after they click the button and we confirm everything is correct. So from here, we'll redirect them over to this action here. So that's how you set it up, and you just go ahead and preview this flow and those bot fields are immediately set up. Now for me, the way we do it is that we do a delayed rebate. So let me just go ahead and put this back the way it was and preview this flow. And now those bot fields have been set. Cool, we're done. Next thing you want to do is redirect the first step back to this starting condition, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let's go ahead and check these conditions. Now, first thing we check for is if tag is AMZ override. If they have this tag, what we do is we remove that very same tag and send them over to this OTN request. All right, now next thing we check for is if tag is AMZ paid OTN request. Basically, we have a rule that if users don't click the notify me button within the last 5 minutes, well, they get this tag, they get this flow sent to them, and we give them a little explanation as to why they need to click that notify me button. All right, next thing we check for is if bot journey is rebate part 2 15-day check. Now if you remember correctly, in order status part 2, after 15 days, if users match all the conditions, we go ahead and send them this very same flow, AMZ part 3 verification. All right, which here what it does, it just goes ahead and sends them to this action which is labeled get order status. Now if none of those conditions match, we go ahead and we set the AMZ bot journey to rebate part 3 intro. We set the AMZ event item arrived to the time of the action, and we send them this action note. So here, this action note, first thing, we clear the AMZ order status cuff. We go ahead and clear the AMZ delivery status cuff, and then we have the AMZ Toolkit app, which here all it checks for is the AMZ delivery status. So remember here to have the AMZ rebate order ID and have the AMZ product API for the account key, and remember to fill this up to say AMZ delivery status. We also go ahead and we pull data from the general tools action. So here you're going to go ahead and put same thing, AMZ rebate order ID, for key AMZ product API, and for buyer email we're going to put AMZ hashed email, and for order status it's going to be AMZ order status. Then from there we go ahead and we put for shipping address city, it's going to be shipping address city. For address line 1, it's going to be shipping address line 1. Next is shipping address line 2, and here it's shipping address postal code. I'll go ahead and show you the whole thing. Postal code, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save that, and then from there we just go ahead and we set the complete shipping address to all the shipping address related information that we pulled from this general tools action. All right, so from here we send them over to the blacklist search. All right, so in this flow we go ahead and we check their email, we check their hashed email, we check their complete street address. Now if they are scammers, we send them over to the verified flow, blacklist verified flow, and here since it automatically continues, we added this condition that checks if scammer found is true. If it's true, it just stops right there, but they still continue to get the rest of the blacklist flows. Okay, now from here we also check if tag isn't pending rebate or if it is AMZ stop automation. If that's true, we just go ahead and we remove the AMZ stop automation tag. Let me just go ahead and click this condition so you can see everything. Here If users match all of these conditions, order status doesn't contain cancel, AMZ bot journey is, rebate part 2 15-day check, and delivery status contains false. Basically, after 15 days, if the order has not been delivered, we go ahead and send an admin notification that basically says this person's order has not been delivered, please check. And we also open up the conversation. Now from there, we check for AMZ order status isn't shipped and AMZ shipped/delivered is shipped. So basically this means that if they click in order status part 2 that the order has shipped, but it hasn't actually shipped, we go ahead and tell them, whoops, our system detected that it hasn't shipped, and we ask for a screenshot. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes there are delays where it has actually shipped, but we don't actually see it. So we ask for their screenshot. They prove to us that it has shipped, so we can go ahead and skip this for them, right? So if they don't match this condition, we check for order status. It doesn't contain cancel. Let me just go ahead and scroll there. So if they match this condition, we go ahead and ask for their screenshot to prove that their order has actually been delivered, right? They don't match the condition. Next thing we check for is if AMZ shipped/delivered is shipped and if AMZ order status is shipped. If that's true, we'll just go ahead and give them the AMZ verified item arrived tag, all right? Now in the next condition, we check if AMZ shipped/delivered is delivered and AMZ delivery status contains true. If that's true, again, we send them to this action that sets the verified item arrived tag. Now the last two things we check for is if AMZ order status contains cancel, if bot journey is rebate part 2 15-day check. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll set the AMZ bot journey to rebate part 3 canceled ordered. We will go ahead and notify admins and we open up the conversation. This is basically considering that people haven't really interacted with the bot in 15 days. So we want to notify admins instead of trying to message users. Now, if AMZ order status contains cancel, well, we know they interacted with the bot, so we go ahead and first set the bot journey to cancel order, and then we tell them it looks like you canceled your order. We also give them the option to reach support. They can go ahead and click that, notify admins, opens up the conversation, and we tell them help is on the way. Now this is up to you. If you want to unsubscribe people and add people to the blacklist as soon as we confirm they canceled their order, you can totally do that. Again, it's up to you. All right, now if users don't match any of these conditions above, we'll go ahead and do a notify admin. All it really does is it tells people full name does not have an order status, please verify their order number is correct. We have the order number and the product, and that's pretty much it, and we open up the conversation. Now if they do match any of these two conditions here, again, we give them this tag, and then we check if tag isn't AMZ pending rebate, and we check if tag isn't AMZ verified item arrived. This is if people already got paid, but they try to click the item arrived or item shipped button. So what happens here is it just goes ahead and tells people, looks like you have no pending rebates with us at the moment. Pretty much it. We also check if tag is AMZ green light for rebate. Again, they can go scroll up and click the button from order status part 2. And if it matches this condition, we go ahead and tell them, thanks for confirming. We'll send you a message as soon as your rebate has been processed, all right? Now the next thing is we check for AMZ bot journey. If it's rebate part 2 15-day check, if that's the case, we skip this message here and we go ahead and we send them the instant rebate. All right, so from here we just add the AMZ event waiting period confirmed to the time of the action. We add the green light for rebate tag and we send them straight to the AMZ part 4 payment flow. Now last condition we check for is if AMZ delayed rebate is false. So here we know if this bot field matches what it says here, we know that it's an instant rebate, not a delayed rebate. So we send users this message. looks like your order was successful, please click the button below to get your rebate processed. We also have a 1-minute delay in case they don't click the button, because there are people that do that. So either they click it or the delay kicks in, whatever, it sends them straight to this action, which again sets the waiting period confirmed, and it adds the green light tag, and it pays people. Cool. So what if they don't match any of this? Then we know that it's a delayed rebate. So it's a 3-day, so it's a rebate we'll process in 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, however you set it up. We know to go over to this action, which sets the AMZ bot journey to rebate part 3 confirmed. We clear the text recovery, and we tell them, looks like your order was successful. We will process your rebate in 72 hours and message you with a confirmation. This is one of those message notes that you have to edit yourself. I'll also leave a comment card right here that basically says edit this message. This is where you're going to put in how many hours you're going to pay them. So if it's rebates in 48 hours, you'll put 48 hours. If it's a rebate in 6 days, you'll put rebate in 6 days. Pretty much get the idea. So after that, we have this action. This is another action that you have to set up based on when you're paying people, right? So here we have this action. We're going to check it out. We're going to set the event waiting period confirmed to the time of the action, and we're going to offset it. So again, if you're paying people in 6 days, well, you'll put 6 days here. If you're paying people in, I don't know, 23 hours, that's 23 hours. Well, you're going to go ahead and put 23 hours, all right? Let me just put this back the way it was. And that's pretty much it. All right, and then we clear the event paid OTN check, all right? After that, we tell them here is the scheduled time for your rebate to be processed. We give them the date that it's going to be processed, and we tell them here's a few details about your rebate. PayPal email, and then we show them the email, order ID, we show them their order ID, and if the PayPal email is incorrect, well, they'll go ahead and click the update PayPal email button. We ask, what is your PayPal email? They type it in. We save the email that they gave us into the custom field, AMZ PayPal email, and we tell them, great, we've updated your email. Please remember to click the notify me button above if you haven't done so already. All right, now from here, the next step is we set up the event paid OTN check cuff. One thing to note, if I haven't mentioned it before, any cuff that says event, it's a time-based cuff. All right, so here we set the paid OTN check to the time of the action. This action triggers a rule 5 minutes later if it checks if users click the paid OTN button or not. If they don't click it, we just go ahead and remind them to please click the notify me button. That's all this action does, all right? So from here, we send them the message to please click the paid OTN token, all right? Following that, we just do the smart delay. This is another one of those nodes. This is another one of those notes that you have to update yourself. So if you do rebates in 6 days, you put 6 days here, all right? Let me just put this back. And then we add the tag AMZ green light for rebate. Once that's done, we go ahead and send them over to the AMZ part 4 payment flow. All right, now let's go over to the very first condition in this flow. Remember, here we have the tag is paid OTN request. There's a rule that confirms users haven't clicked the paid OTN request. So here, so immediately it adds this tag and it sends this flow. It redirects over to this action right here that removes that very same tag, and then it informs people, please click the notify me button. Now, there are some times that we have noticed, it's very rare, but we have noticed sometimes users don't see the actual notify me button. Not sure why, but we added this button here that says I don't see a button. They click it and we try to send them the notify me button again, all right? Now, after that hour, we check for a few conditions. If users don't have the pending rebate tag, and if they don't have the AMZ verified item arrived tag, it stops right there. We also check if they already have the paid OTN tag. Well, if they already have the paid OTN token, well, it stops right there. And then if none of those conditions match, we again remind them to please click the notify me button. Okay, so here you're going to edit this part as well to say whatever, however many hours or days you have set it up for your bot. Right, so once they click the notify me button, we go ahead and we tell them thanks for confirming. We'll send you a message as soon as your rebate has been processed. That's pretty much it. Next video we're going to be going through the AMZ Part 4 payment flow. Remember, this is a flow that requires the AMZ Toolkit PayPal. So that's pretty much it. This is the AMZ Part 3 verification flow. Next video, we're going to go through the AMZ Part 4 payment flow. Thank you so much and have an amazing day. Thank you so much and have an awesome one.